Hello and welcome to Austin, Texas, one of our favorite stops on the tour. And today, Darrell K. Royal Stadium is packed and revved up, ready to make noise for the Texas Longhorns. We have a midseason matchup of two teams that have earned top 25 rankings, so a good test for both teams with playoff implications on the line. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 9th-ranked team, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Longhorns will kick this deep and get us going. And here's the return from inside the 5. And the coverage team brings him down at the 26. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. And they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
The pass rush closing in. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. He's looking to make a big play downfield. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain. Now it's 2nd down here. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the 4th quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
That gain sets up a 3rd down play. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the 1st down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot. He's got some room. Can he get there? And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs.
Wow, a risky call here on the opening drive of the game by the head coach, and it pays off for a touchdown. I love to see that aggressive attacking style by this offense.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good, so it's 7-0. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and will bring the football to the 25-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman. Longhorns will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. Second down, we're going to throw it. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. Makes the catch downfield. The stop is finally made, but it's a big gain. Stopped at the 49.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
They're going to run it. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
42 Spider, 4-2 Spot, Razor.
It's a quarterback draw here. And they tackle him for a huge loss, 9 yards behind the line.
Loss of 9. Third down coming up.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. And the freshman able to get home with the sack.
Chris, this one's on the quarterback, in my opinion. He's got to have a better feel and a presence in the pocket to be able to either check it down or get rid of the ball. You just can't take the sack.
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. Returner decides to fair catch this. Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They punch it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He's past the 35. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Tight end goes in motion before the snap. The back's got it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Important second down play coming up. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
That's a great feeling when your quarterback can make a throw that keeps the drive alive. Not as good as a touchdown, but it's a lot better than having to trot over to the sideline waiting for your turn to get another chance.
And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down. The Dogs will come to the line to crank up the tempo. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. And And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Well, that's the one thing about a guy that always feels that he can rely on his legs. He's always trying to make a play, and this time he just wasn't able to get away from the defense, and that is a big loss for the offense.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but it is third down and long. And the quarterback dropping back. Quick throw to his receiver. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
It's third and long, so as an offensive coordinator, you can either play it conservative or trust your quarterback and take a shot downfield. They elect the latter, and it ends up backfiring.
The Longhorns offense takes the field. Last possession, they were forced to kick it away, and they finally get things going this time. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's moving out of the pocket now. He's looking to scramble. Receiver left alone down there for a huge gain. Touchdown, Longhorns. This quarterback on fire today. Extra point try coming now. And he knocks it right through. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pulls it in. It's strong. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And, you know, being able to have a balanced attack, so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. Is running last minute in a very entertaining first quarter of play. We'll look to throw it here on second down. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Well, the reality with any screen pass is they usually take a little bit of time to develop. And though they often can hit big, sometimes they take too long to cook up, and sometimes you can get sacked.
Third down play for this offense. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half.
Timeout, Georgia.
We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. And it's intercepted. Can he take it all the way? And look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
Chris, that is back-to-back drives right now for this quarterback and this offense. Nothing seems to be going right. The defense is doing a good job of confusing the quarterback, who's obviously throwing the ball into coverage. They've got to make some adjustments with their attack because right now it's not working.
And it's incomplete on a very quick throw.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
Incompletion sets up a second down. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. That's a bullet right into the heart of the field. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
Really good job here by the defense in coverage. Did a nice job here of staying in phase with the receiver. There's no chance for a completion at all.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. He's going for a big play downfield. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on. Longhorns will line up to punt it away. We're going to kick it away for the second time. And the ball rolls dead. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Using his legs. It's Strong. In the clear at the 25. Breaks into the clear right down the middle. End zone ahead. Inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. But there is a marker down, so hold everything. So that long scoring play is spoiled by a penalty. That's a big call in this game. The guys up front lined up. It's first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. And he just throws it away.
Man, I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Complete. Second down coming up. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up a 3rd down. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Takes the toss, testing the right side here. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
Chris, you know how it goes in football. When it works out well for the offensive coordinator on 3rd long on a run play, he's a genius. And if it didn't, of course, everybody on social media would be saying that he needs to be fired and it's too conservative of a call. You wonder what they'll do on that next 3rd down.
The defense with pre-snap movement of its own. And they'll go right back to him on first down. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Pressure is coming. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Trying to extend the play. He's going to pull it down and run. Breaks loose at the 40. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Chris, how about the play of this quarterback? 3rd down and long. The defense, you think, is going to bring extra pressure. But not only is he able to get away from the pressure, how about his awareness on where he needs to go to pick up the first down? So big yards, great awareness, and a first down for this offense.
And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
They'll try the ground game here with the running back. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Chris, a really good job here by this back to be able to find that hole and pick up the yards for this first down. And, boy, Georgia's had some good backs over the years, and this young man is living up to that tradition today.
Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. Just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy, keep this quarterback from running.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And he'll wisely throw that one away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
It's 3rd and 4. So far, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down this possession. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. On the move, looking deep. And he will score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reached the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
PAT puts them in front by 7. Here's a kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And the return starts just inside the end zone. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? And now the handoff. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Good misdirection play right here. A lot of coordinators around the country like to throw that play in there just to kind of keep the defense guessing.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? The quarterback making some changes at the line. 2nd down, looking to throw it. That one falls incomplete. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
And the wideout goes in motion. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Passes the 40. Tackle made after a big gain.
First down, Texas.
So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield.
Get set, get set. Timber, timber.
Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Texas.
Such a well-designed play here by this offense to find a way to get the ball to the gifted tight end. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's a difficult matchup, and here he shows he's got the speed to take it all the way into the end zone for that touchdown.
And the point after is right down the middle. The BAT ties the game here in the 2nd quarter now. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away.
Texas.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Coverage team brings down the return.
Georgia offense will take over 1st and 10.
And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn so far in the early going. Both offenses scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. He'll hand it off. Finding some room at the 25. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Second down after that run on the previous play. The pre-snap motion from the offense. Handoff here from the shotgun. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a 1st down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, there's that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th.
This is one of the beauties of rushing 3 and dropping 8. Quarterback sits back there and has to find an open receiver. And you've got 8 men in coverage. The quarterback holds the ball and holds the ball and holds the ball, and eventually, even with just 3, eventually they get home and effective.
The Longhorns offense takes the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. They'll keep it on the ground with the counter play. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
I really like to see the counter mixed in there with your base concepts to keep the defense honest. Now, they didn't burst a big run, but if you keep mixing it in as the game progresses, you might catch the defense over pursuing.
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue! Razor! Razor!
First and goal, handoff. They test the middle there, but get nothing.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Second down and goal.
In blue! In blue!
Linebackers maybe trying to confuse the line with some movement. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
Back through the extra point, the lead is 7, 21-14. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Return starts from inside the 5. And the returner steps out at the 16-yard line. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. We'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone, just run the clock out and get to halftime. Makes a quick grab. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker. And the Bulldogs hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. Receiver in motion now. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Looking for his big tight end. Finds the receiver wide open. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Because I don't know if that's a busting coverage or just a mistake by this defense, but the tight end is all alone. Nobody around him, an easy throw for the quarterback, and obviously a huge gain for the offense.
Looking to make a big play downfield. Deep shot caught inside the 15. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, Georgia.
What a well-designed play here by this offense to get the ball to the gifted tight end. Of course, he's got the size, but here he shows you the speed that he has in outrunning the secondary into the end zone for a big touchdown.
And they'll set up with a PAT. And it's good.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 21 apiece.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break.
Texas.
He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there.
And Texas Longhorns will take over first and 10.
Looks like the final play of the half coming up. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Looking to throw it on first down. There's contact on the throw. They can't come up with it there, and that's going to do it. Time runs out in the first half. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Dogs will kick this away to begin the second half. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And runner brought down, but looks like there's a flag on the field. Let's see what this is about. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? From the gun, he looks for an open man. Lets it go on the move, launching deep. Makes the catch for a huge gain right near the sideline.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
Gain moves the ball right near midfield. It'll be first down.
Let's go.
They'll try and run it. Here's the running back. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Here's the second down play. Movement here from the tight end. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. He'll look to throw it here on second down. And he'll rifle this one deep to the right side. He grabs it inside the 20.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback. For a big gain for this offense.
The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10.
Clear. Basic. Easy. Hustle. Hustle.
Makes a nice move there.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Touchdown, Texas. Will take the lead in the second half. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the extra point makes it a 7-point lead, 28-21. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. The ball carrier recovers it, and the offense will keep possession. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. It's caught downfield. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks over the years. Guys like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Murray and more recently Jake Fromm and, of course, Stetson Bennett, who won back-to-back national championships. And what they're seeing today from this quarterback, they got to be very proud of.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on that ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back, but the continuity of this offensive line was on display, and that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
Lining up to try the extra point. He knocks through the PAT and ties the score here in the third period. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And the kickoff will be returned. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. The Longhorns offense takes the field. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient, precise. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. First down, looking to throw the football. And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense.
Boy, great job here by this defensive lineman from Georgia using his hands and his speed to close in on the quarterback and come up with this sack. And, man, they've had some great ones over the years, Chris, as you know, starting with our guy, David Pollack, who had as good a career in his time in Athens as anybody who's ever put on that uniform. Richard Seymour, a brilliant career with the Patriots, but it all started in Athens. Jalen Carter, just an enforcer up front. And I even throw in Geno Atkins, who had a great career in the interior of that Georgia defensive line.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. The sophomore calls his own number and keeps this drive moving.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
Longhorns will line up on 1st and 10. Ball handed off. Tackle made after just a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Play action fake, looking to throw. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage.
This is what you love to see, right? Quarterback does a nice job of looking and finding his open receiver, and he waits to the last possible second. In fact, Chris, he gets hit as he gets that ball out of his hands. So good job of showing some strength and a good job of throwing with accuracy as he's taking that hit.
Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 42. Can they make the yardage or face a tricky 4th down decision? Can he get there on the ground? Tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. He's moving out of the pocket. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Some quarterbacks just have that ability to feel the pressure and when to get out of the pocket. You just saw that ability on display.
And looking to throw now on first down. Finds his target, and it's complete. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Longhorns trying to punch it in. It's first and goal. They'll change the pre-snap look now. From the shotgun, drops back. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Trying to run it in. The defense stops him close to the goal line, but not in. Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up with a second and goal. Here's the option play. Pitch to the back. He'll be stopped for a loss on the play. The defense all over the option that time.
Nice job by this defense on that second down, so we now have third down and goal. The offense could be thinking about four-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
They'll look to throw it on third and goal. Looking for 6. Oh, it's intercepted. A critical late mistake here. And they tackle him right there, but that's a turnover.
Oh, Chris, you're in the fourth quarter. It's a tie game, and you throw an interception. Oh, my goodness. I know it's obvious, but you just got to take care of the football. It's that simple. Now their opportunity to take the lead is lost, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. The Dogs will hustle to the line here to run the hurry-up. Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And they claim the lead here in the final quarter.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away.
Texas.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. The last possession ended in a dreaded red zone interception. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly error. The pocket breaking down. That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time, and now third down coming up.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing a screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
In the clear at the 25. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, there you go. You save your best scramble of the day for a bit of a situation in the fourth quarter, and you pick up the first. I mean, you don't want to use that early in the game, right? You want to make sure you save it for the exact moment in the key time and key moment in the game, and that's what he did. Although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way, but a great job of using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing it was time to go.
That's a bullet, but it's incomplete. Offense facing a second and 10. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. He's moving out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go. He's got his man wide open. And that big gain moves the ball across midfield all the way to about the 36.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
It's a quick grab. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over him that time.
Just a really good job by the corner here, recognizing this wide receiver screen. Because he was so quick to react, when the receiver makes the catch, he's right there to make that tackle.
Throws a bullet deep down the right side. Oh, the pass is picked off. Look out, he's got some space. Past the 50. It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. Crucial possession. This game just got tighter. They love to play keep away, chew on the clock. How will they call it here?
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Here's that defense shifting again. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. He's past the marker and still going. They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
That's solid run, good for first down yardage. They'll use that running game, trying to bleed the clock here.
Well, nothing like getting positive yards here, playing with the lead late in the game, and then staying in bounds to boot. It's exactly what you want to see as an offensive coordinator.
Again, makes it second and medium. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. One of the biggest plays we've had so far. Third down, and the crowd really getting into it. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Grab down the middle. It's strong. And they finally stop him down at the 5. Solid gain on that catch and run.
Well, I'd love to see this late in a game like this with the lead. Get aggressive. Go for it here on third down through the air. Quarterback delivers to his receiver. Comes down with a nice completion in their first down, and they keep that clock moving.
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia.
And it's just a thing of beauty to watch this offense. That's this guy's 3rd touchdown. But give the offensive line a lot of credit. They're getting enough of a push to give him some room to show you what he can do with that space.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the 4th quarter.
That makes the score Georgia 42, Texas 28.
Now they get set to kick it away.
Set to kick it away. Texas.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. The Longhorns offense takes the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
Looking to pass here on second down. He lets it go on the move, looking deep. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
After the incompletion, they'll come to the line with 3rd and 1.
3:25.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looking to scramble. Oh, and he fumbles. And the defense jumps on the football.
Just a great job by this defense to knock that ball loose and get a critical turnover here. Late in the game, working with the lead, you get the ball back to your offense, and now a chance to secure victory.
Off the play fake on first down. Caught behind the line. It's strong. And they bring him down at the 5. Solid gain, though, in the completion.
Well, how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the 4th.
The Bulldogs looking to finish the drive here. It's 1st and goal. Here's a handoff on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Dogs. This offense cannot be stopped.
Wait, Chris, 1, 2, 3. This is his 4th rushing touchdown in this game alone. This guy has a chance to not only be player of the game, maybe player of the week in the whole sport.
Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter.
That makes the score.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away.
28. Texas.
Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Texas offense comes back out on the field. Well, this has been a disappointment. They've had their doors blown off here, just playing for pride at this point. He moves the ball across the 20 to the 22.
Chris, as this clock winds down, it has been a rough day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going. You hope they're able to go back, look at the film, try to learn from the mistakes, and come out the next week looking much better than they did today.
Using his legs on the scramble. A quick juke to get free. And they get him down, but that's a solid gain there to move the sticks using his feet.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
And he'll be brought down. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Final minutes here. They'll throw it deep downfield. The QB throws his third pick of the day. He's got some room and some blockers here. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
So the win streak continues. Kirk, this team could have gone either way after that loss. They have regrouped and responded really well.
Yeah, I think it's important to reference that loss, Chris, from a few weeks ago, but that's now a distant memory. This team right now is firing on all cylinders, and it's going to be exciting to see how they close out the season and see if they can make a run and see if they can make it tough on the CFP committee on whether or not they get a shot.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.